XRP bombshell. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. XRP bombshell. Huge positive news coming in the way of this article for XRP. So there is some really great news coming out of the actual legal problems that have been going on, SEC versus XRP, or SEC versus Ripple, really, in regards to its token XRP. We have a great article we're going to be covering here today. There's a lot of great news coming. The case may be coming to a close. We talked about this the other day that they did both present their summary judgments. Well, XRPs ended up being really slick, ninja style, taking out everything that SEC could possibly throw at them. So we're going to dive into that article today. Really exciting. We're also going to jump into the charts. We'll look at XRP. We'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we'll even take a quick look at Shiba Inu and see what's going on in those charts. And hey, if you're new here, my name is Ryan Huggins. I'm a real estate agent here in Orange County, California, and I'm also a crypto and real estate investor. And my job is to help be your crypto shortcut, because if you're like most people, you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day reading through articles, going over headlines, watching YouTube videos, looking at the charts all the time. But that is what we do here at this channel, and we bring that information to you in a condensed manner. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're wanting a crypto shortcut, smash subscribe. We're definitely here to help you. This video also, we're going to be doing a bonus on this video. If this video gets 5,000 likes, we'll throw an additional $100 to one of you lucky comments down in the comments of this video. So here we are, XRP up another 5% today. So let's take a look here. Since back here, September 16th, take a look at the bottom here. We'll run it up to the top. So since September 16th till today, there has been a 31% growth gap in that area. However, right now it did have a retracement down. We are down an additional 5%. So anyway, we're up 26%. Well, it just squeezed up a little bit again, and it's going to keep on making its way to the upside as far as the charts are telling us. Now, the one thing that we're going to take a look at here right now is we are on our way on the RSI up to the overbought territory, and there is still room there. So still really great potential upside. Now, one thing we are going to take a look at right now is the fact that we did break through the volatility band here. You can see RSI is climbing up, broke through this blue line. That would be considered the volatility band. And usually when it breaks through there, it'll have some sort of cooling off or a retracement of some sort, basically before it makes its next move to the upside, getting up over into here. And who knows how high we get over into the overbought territory. Just because it reaches the 70 on the RSI doesn't mean that it has to stop. You can see back here, we did have a bullish divergence signaled on the daily time frame. And since then, we have had a nice push, a little recheck, and then boom. So we did do the retest even, and now making this move to the upside. And when we cover this article, you're going to see that, is this information coming out? Is this leaked information? Are people getting fired up about the potential, the fact that we could be winning this case? As I've stated before multiple times, SEC does not want to settle. They've made it very clear they don't want to settle. They want to win in the court of public opinion and in the real life courts. They're in the District 2 for this case. If they win this, it'll be huge precedent for all of crypto. That's why they're really pushing to make sure that this is solidified in writing, in case law, that they won. So we're going to take a look at the charts here. Let's jump over now to the Heikin-Ashi candles, and let's look for our supply and demand zone. So yesterday, we talked about this candle being our most highest supply and demand candle was what we were looking to break above. As you can see, our wick did get above it. Let's get rid of the divergences for a moment and go back to Japanese candles. You can see it's starting to retrace back down into that zone. We do have 2 hours, 15 minutes left on our daily candle to stay above this zone. If we stay above this zone, that would be very exciting, very important. Now, we also have just above this zone, this right here, this candle being basically the breakout wick, right? So you can see that's been our highest, most recent high since our most recent low, which the most recent low came in 28 cents, 28.7. So 0.0287 cents was the low here. And we've been battling and battling and battling, got to this high point. This high point ended up being 41 cents exactly. And then boom, today we have officially breached above that, which is really exciting. In fact, today our total for the high is 40 cents 0.633, or 42 cents. Sorry, that was the center of the candle. The high of today's candle has been 0.4242. 0.4242. That's the tip. Now, right now, obviously, the body is not sitting there. The body is at 40 cents 0.834. All right. So it's trying to make its way up. And we are going to obviously run into some more interference over here. So let's jump to the weekly and see what we've got here. Now, here is what's really, really exciting here, guys. The weekly candles, this is our breakout candle of the dailies. This also gives us a potential breakout on the weeklies, because you can see obviously we had all of this downside, right? Then we created this new weekly candle right here. So we'll box this in. The last green candle before the down move brings us to this candle here. That's on the weekly. We turn that to white so we know the difference. Then we go back to Japanese candlesticks. We have breached that, okay? So we have breached the weekly candle, but there's still the breakout level that we have to really, really get above. Now, what's really exciting too, look at this. Price has now gotten to our moving average here. This is our 8 exponential moving average. It is running into it. It's acting as a resistance, but we likely could break through there considering we have 5 days, 3 hours left in this weekly candle. So what a beautiful start to the weekly candle. We jump to the daily. You can see here we are now above both the 8 moving average and the 21 exponential. They're both sloping up. The 8 has crossed over the 21, which indicates a bullish indication. We are running into our resistance level here at 41 cents. Our overhead resistance that could come into play, our 200 daily moving average, that's that 47 cents there. So we have some really good stuff as long as we break above this level, because if we go back to the weeklies, check this out. We're here on the weeklies. We're here on the Heikin-Ashi candles. Look at this. All red, all red, all red. Now, that was not exciting on the way down. But if we break out above this breakout level, look at this. Because it's all red, there's no green interference on the way up. It's going to take some time. But look at where we are headed. 78 cents on the bottom side of this, 91 cents to the top side of this supply and demand candle. Now, I know some of you guys are like, BS, bro, 91 cents. Who cares about 90 cents XRP? I get it, because it could very likely go to 1,000 a coin. There's people out there talking 35,000 per XRP, right? Well, we're talking about just this information, which is local information right now. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just education, financial entertainment. And we are just looking at what the charts are telling us is potentially going to happen. All right. Now, again, if you are making any trades, do not buy or sell anything, because we talk about on this channel, and only use paper trading. Trading with real money obviously comes with high risk. But here we go. Starting to look good on the weekly. Our dailies definitely looking positive. The only thing that comes into mind is the fact that we have been crisscrossing the DNA or braiding of moving averages frequently here. But this is looking promising with how slopey this moving average is. So you can see how it's just really, really pushing up. There is room here on the RSI, like we've been talking about. It's getting close to that 70, but it can break through there and then keep on going as well. If we look back in the past, we've seen XRP all the way up to 75 or higher. We can even see it up here at 91. You can even see it here at 94. So if we really get a significant pump, that is something that could potentially happen. We just keep on making that move. But what's also cool, it doesn't matter. Let's say we make this move up, we get to the oversold, we have a little cooling off, we come back down, doesn't matter. What we're looking for is really that transition of market structure where we make this new high, like a new local high. Boom, we have a new lower, a new higher low, new higher high, new higher low. and we start making that market structure of bullish market structure for XRP. Now you can also see here over the last 4 or 5 days, we've been decoupling from the rest of the crypto market. XRP is pumping and other cryptos are dumping. And so that is also very, very exciting to see if you're an XRP Army member and see what's going on with that. Okay, now let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's look at our 4-hour time frames here and see if there's anything that is popping out to us that's important. So as we go back in history, we are going to take a look at a supply and demand level that's above our red line, right? Because we already know that the red line is our resistance, and it's been that for a very long time. So as we take a look here on the 4-hour charts, we find this is our first supply and demand candle, green candle, before a down move on the 4-hour charts above our resistance line. So let's go ahead and box this off. 4 hours, we use red for the color code. And let's go to present day and see where price hit. So price came exactly to that candle area, and it has rejected to the downside. Not a big deal. What we do see here on the price, it does have a fair value gap or imbalance sitting here. It does also have one still sitting here. So the retracement possibilities is possible just to come down, gather some steam, and then make a new move up. Because there's a lot of people who are sitting here right now watching XRP with extreme FOMO going, oh man, if it just comes back to 36 cents, well, if it does come back to 36 cents, we could see a lot of people buy back in. So that's why you can keep an eye on that type of stuff as well. The fair value gaps are important, but at the same time, we're at a breakout level. If we break out above here, then we have some climbing to do. And like I said, it'll be really exciting to watch us get up into this weekly supply and demand zone, back up into that 78 cents range, where it will act as a resistance. So the other thing we're going to do then is let's see what are some other ways of looking at price targets. Well, the other way is to take your Fibonacci. You go from the most recent low and you go up to the resistance line of the weekly supply and demand level. And as you can see right now, we're currently chilling very, very low. We're below our typical potential rebound levels, right? So when price comes back down, you'll see it hit the 786 golden ratio. Well, based upon this move that could potentially be happening, we're below there. So we're at a really, really good premium price that we even came below most people's expected entry price. So as we take a look here, as we walk up the stairs, the 786 levels at 39 cents. We got the 70 level at 43 cents, the 618 level at 47 cents. So those are some stairs that could very well be stepping up on its way. You can also see how the moving averages are about to converge basically in the same area at about 53 or 50 cents. So if we see this move and this hype starts to pump, boom, we have that. Now also keep in mind, tomorrow the actual announcement happens. So today is the September 21st candle. Some of you guys may be watching this being like, hey, why does he say that the candle is this, the candle's that? Well, the 20th is the day that we're in. That candle comes to an end in 2 hours and 4 minutes. That'll give us the September 21st candle. And remember, tomorrow we have some really, really big, important news coming out. So existing home sales is going to be important. I watch that obviously as a realtor, but also it's important for the economy. Real wealth usually is dictated not by stock market, by housing. And then we also have gasoline stocks, crude oil, but this right here is our big, most important announcement tomorrow. The Fed interest rate decision will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And then it's expected to come in at 3.25. And we'll see if they decide to hike the rate. They are talking about a 0.75 basis points, which would then push this to 4. But we'll see what happens. The prior year, it was 2.5. We also have the Fomc economic projections coming out. Lots of people that are day traders are not trading during this because it can be very, very volatile and very, very dangerous. Also, the interest rate projection will be coming out. So currently, the prior interest rate was 3.4. We'll see if that bumps up. And then we also have, after all the interest rate stuff goes out, we also have this right here, the Fed Reserve press conference at 11:30. So at 11 o'clock, you'll see the announcement. Charts are going to go da 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 wherever they go, and then the Fed chairman will come out, Jerome Powell. He'll give his speech, and then the prices will go la, 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 wherever they go. And then there will be a final decision made for the markets, and it'll start moving to the upside, or it'll start moving to the downside. So we do want to see us get up into that 50-cent range, like I was telling you about, because that is where all of our moving averages are converging on that weekly chart. All right, let's jump over to Ethereum. Ethereum's having another down day, down 3.41% today. And because we were having consecutive down days, we had a little micro pump up to the 8 moving average on the daily. Yesterday, we had that extreme slam down, and then also today's candle not doing so, or that's the weekly chart, sorry. Today's candle not doing so hot, right? So we have a bearish engulfing candle. After that big down move 2 days ago, had a little bit of a rally. Today's candle taking that full entire rally out with now a bullish engulfing candle. To the downside, we do have this area marked here, 1220 is the current 4-hour supply and demand zone that we have marked off. And then there is also a daily lower than that, which would take us to here if we are continuing this bearish momentum, which is there. So, and of course, that's tomorrow. If we have a huge announcement, we could likely see price decline to here, then break that level, come into our daily supply and demand levels here at 1,100, all the way down to potentially $1,000. Okay, so that's the downside. Now, we do also have the upside. If really good news comes out tomorrow, we start to pump to the upside, look at what we have in play. Well, we would simply move up to our next level here, which is at 1,400 level. But it needs to break this candle, or this resistance line is a very key level. It's been a support a lot of times in the past. And right now, it is a level that is working as an extreme resistance. So as price has gotten there recently, boom, it's sold off. We want to see it move up to there again, break through it, and then make the move up into the 1,500 range. If we look at the weekly charts and we look at our moving averages, you can see we are sitting in this really strange place because we're below the 200-week moving average on the exponential. We have the standard 200 moving average right here. It's about to come down to that level, and it keeps rejecting off of the 8-week moving average. Signs are bearish. If we look down at the RSI now on Ethereum as well, it looks like we're about to cross below the market baseline, which is also very bearish. So we could have continued decline. However, like we just talked about, it is likely we could get some really good news tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, how coincidentally, the RSI is at the bottom of the volatility band, we could see a rally to the upside. And we look at the 4-hour RSI sitting at 35 above the market baseline. So right now we're getting a signal for 15-minute sell super trend indicator I set a while back. So we'll check Shiba Inu here in just a moment. All right, so as we just covered with ETH, let's also look divergence here. We have a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. Let's look at the daily. We have a really strong bullish divergence here for the histogram, momentum, on balance volume, money flow indicator. So I'm looking and hoping to see a move to the upside from this levels here. It's acting, like I said, it's all based on the news tomorrow, but these are some levels to watch for. If we can get this break to the upside above this resistance at 1475, then we can make our move all the way up into here at 1570 and then 1654. We'll reevaluate from there. If it continues to drop, like we said, there's a daily support here. You know, the ultimate catch-all right now is at $1,000 for Ethereum. We're going to jump into that XRP article here in just a moment. Let's go touch on Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin USD, what's going on with Bitcoin? Been having these crazy sell-offs. Yesterday, right after we recorded, it had an extreme dip to the bottom and then obviously rallied in the late half of the day. But today it just continued dropping, came right back down to our little spot here, 18,688. If it continues to fall there, we do have a support level coming in at this level at 17,580. And then another one down here at 16,887. However, if we get the rally, we get the good news tomorrow, we get a bounce from all of this crazy dropping and everything that's going on. There's a massive fair value gap right here on the daily. We could see a rally to the upside. And then if that happens, we first off have to reclaim this level here at 19,500 as a support. After that, we have a 20,336 resistance that would need to break. And then we'll jump over to here and we'll look at our 4-hour, most recent peak here, this one right there. Then we could see a rally up to 22,000. So we're going to go ahead and leave those levels there for Bitcoin. Again, we'll reevaluate these tomorrow as they come. Right now, it's still playing in that same area that we talked about yesterday between this level here of 18,700 and 19,500. So it just keeps on bouncing in this little range. Quick review of Shiba Inu here as well. So right now it is also being supported in our support level here at quad 0.1055. And if it holds here and we start to get a rally, that'll be nice. We have a level that we want to break up here. That is quad 0.1112. And then we get up to this level here, which is a 4-hour supply and demand zone again, quad 0.1185. If we have continued drops, now we do have the indicator here showing that there's a bullish divergence. We've busted through the bottom, and this is on the daily. We busted through the bottom of the Bollinger Band, the volatility band. We are at oversold territory of 30 again. We could potentially see a rally here as well. But let's take a look at where some hold levels for us could be. So this level right here has already been tested. This level right here would be a level that could hold us up, which would be nice, preventing a drop. This level here. So we have quad 0.9, or shoot, man, we're going to be gaining a zero potentially if we drop these. So gaining a zero, 50977, 50953. And then also here, which is basically the ultimate drop level, 50739. So those are to the downside, but we do also have some good news for upside levels. We are looking at potentially getting here this quad 0.1250. So it needs to really gain some momentum and some strength up in here. We are currently sitting on a support level, but if you look at this daily candle, extremely bearish, busted through, bearish engulfing for the day. See if it battles back on this, because that's rough. So we have an hour and 52 minutes left on this candle. When you're watching this, obviously the new candle will have started for the daily, so you'll know. We look at the weekly here. Weekly started, it had a nice move to the upside, big giant wick there. Now we're continuing to fall. XRP lawsuit. SEC made one glaring mistake in recent filing for summary judgment, crypto lawyer says. All right, and also John Deaton has a really great video you can go watch on YouTube. I watched that this afternoon too, and when I saw that, I was like, okay, I've got to find this article talking about it because this is a big deal. Prominent XRP supporting lawyer John Deaton says the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission made a major misstep in a recent filing for summary judgment in its lawsuit against Ripple Labs. The SEC sued Ripple in December of 2020 under allegations that the payments firm issued XRP as an unregistered security. And now both parties have filed a summary judgment, which is a request to end a court case without the full trial. So it's not a settlement, but it's also not going to the end of the case where the judge makes a verdict. Deaton, who represented over 70,000 XRP holders in the court case, tells his 214,000 Twitter followers that the SEC's motion for summary judgment contains no reference from any experts making the case that XRP behaves as security by relying on the efforts of Ripple for its performance. Without a doubt is the most glaring thing missing from the SEC's motion for summary judgment. The SEC does not rely on a single expert. There is no SEC expert testimony attempting to prove price correlation between the efforts of Ripple and the price of XRP. There is no SEC expert testimony claiming XRP holders relied on the expertise, skill, or management of the Ripple team, or expert testimony claiming XRP holders were led by promises of inducements made by Ripple before acquiring XRP. In fact, I will have to tell you, 90% of the people that I know that bought XRP back in the day didn't even know Ripple was the company of the coin. They didn't care. They were like, oh, it's a really cool coin. Oh my God, it's going crazy. Buy the coin, right? Because they thought it was just like every other coin out there. Dean also says the SEC makes no attempt to argue that the XRP ledger, the blockchain that XRP is native to, has anything to do with Ripple. Some have taken the filings as a hint that the settlement might be around the corner, and other legal experts have predicted that one could come sometime in November. Deaton, however, has his doubts and says the filings aren't necessarily a sign that the end of the lawsuit is near. Many are asking about a settlement in the Ripple case. Some take everything they view as unusual as a sign of settlement, like Saturday's filings. It's not. Sorry, but I don't believe there will be a settlement within the next 2 months, if ever, because XRP wants to win the case. Jumping over here to Crypto Panic to look at some more trending news. What prevents large validators from taking over Ethereum? So some people have been worried that it's too centralized, because obviously you had to have really, really, really big banks, not actual banks, but like you as a person had to have bankroll to be able to be a validator on the Ethereum, obviously. And some people think that it's not fair the way that it's distributed. MicroStrategy ignores Bitcoin sell-off rumors, splashes $6 million on additional 301 Bitcoin. So that's right, Michael Saylor back at it again, buying more Bitcoin. And this is not the bottom. So he's buying. It's still going to continue to go down. So we'll see what happens. Ripple CEOs meeting with CFTC commissioner sparks speculation. And then here again, CFTC commissioner meets with Ripple, rising bullish hopes of XRP being declared a commodity. Caroline Pham, an American attorney serving as one of the 5 commissioners at the United States Commodities Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, met with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. The meeting cheered XRP fans and raised questions about the prospect of the token being treated as a commodity and falling under the supervision of the CFTC. CFTC commissioners meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, according to the September 19th tweet by Caroline when she visited Ripple Labs. Brad Garlinghouse later noted that the meeting with the commissioner was about public-private engagement, possibly referring to a private company like Ripple Labs engaging with regulators in the U.S. Pham's meeting with the Ripple chief has many observers comparing the CFTC's approach to engaging with crypto projects with that of Securities and Exchange Commission. It's worth pointing out that the SEC has been heavily criticized for its ambiguous approach. CFTC Commissioner Pham has also previously slammed the agency for indulging in regulation by enforcement. So Pham slammed the SEC for the way that they're going about things. Could XRP be classified as a non-security commodity? Others on social media suggest the timing of the commissioner's visit is no coincidence. They even speculated XRP could come under the CFTC's purview, which means the agency would become the token's sole regulator. SEC Chair Gary Gensler has continually restated that his belief that most crypto tokens have the hallmarks of securities. In July, the SEC announced that it was lodging suits against 9 ICO-era crypto projects for selling non-compliant securities. The regulator is also reportedly probing leading U.S. cryptocurrency exchanges, including Coinbase and Binance, for listing those tokens. The SEC and Ripple recently filed motions for summary judgment, which we've already covered. Ripple's Garlinghouse remarked after the filings that the SEC isn't interested in applying the law. He believes the agency is hell-bent on remaking it and to expand their jurisdiction far beyond the authority granted by them by Congress. Ripple has been locked in a court case with the SEC since December of 22, trying to establish the status of XRP. Whether XRP is soon recognized as a commodity by the U.S. court remains to be seen.